Alright, we are back for round Uno against Chase Yourself. And we won the die roll, which is sweet. Definitely want to play first. Unfortunately, I will have to mulligan that hand. Yeah, it's the same old story. With one more land, that hand is awesome, but you know, when you have a bunch of spell, it's pretty logical that the hand is good if you have enough lands. Yeah, let's mulligan. Quite unfortunate, but not too much I can do. The good news is that I think I do have enough card advantage in my deck that mulliganing is hopefully not going to be too bad. In some deck, if you lack card advantage, you can just straight up die. If you, I mean, not die, but you will just lose due to card advantage issue. But in this deck, I think we could be fine. Disable my patrol, but I don't think I want that. I need to draw an island more than anything else. And I would assume that by turn 4 I will draw another land, at least I hope so. And even if I don't, you know, I have a Byway Courier and Confront the Unknown, so hopefully we'll still be able to do some stuff. As we are playing against a blue-red deck. Alright, so I guess it's blue-red, Pro-S, and you know, stuff like that, I guess. Yeah, hopefully I end up drawing lands. I think it's right to put the forest on the bottom because it just doesn't seem very exciting. But we might get punished by that choice. But I don't really think you want a forest. If it was an island, I would have kept it on top for sure. But yeah, forest just doesn't seem good enough. Maybe it's just me that's too greedy. Sorry if you heard a noise here. It's just a truck passing by my window. Explorers, alright, sure. Guess I can attack through that with the Confront the Unknown. It's gonna be pretty obvious that I have some sort of trick, but I'd be super happy if my opponent tries to block. Which they might, just because Explorer is pretty expendable. If they don't block, I will just play my Hermit though. I would imagine that they want to block, but it's a fine trade for me just because Confront gives me a clue, so... basically here we both get a clue, but I traded 1 mana for 4 of their mana, and I guess they prevented 3 damage in the process, but I think I'm gonna sack my clue here, so this way if I draw land I can play it and maybe play the Sage next turn if needed. I drew a forest, which is not the worst, but I still need my island if I want to be doing something. I mean, I have pretty much an 8/8 mana base, so not very lucky that there were so many forests, but we managed to draw an island, which is very sweet. I think my best play is the Sage, and hopefully at some point I have a 6th land and I can play both Hermit and Nibilis in the same turn. I think it's the best sequencing. Now, I could see playing a 4-drop just to play around a counterspell, because if they have a counterspell, I don't want my Sage to die. That being said, it's pretty likely that my opponent just want to sack their clue end of turn, and people don't really tend to play counterspell in this set, and I haven't seen a counterspell yet, so I think... Oh, there's a slight bug here. I want to tap my mana, but... Alright, finally. Yeah, I think I should play the Sage. I don't think it's so likely that they have a counterspell. If they do, which apparently they do, it's gonna be really bad, but... Again, counterspell are like really bad in this set, I think, and you don't see them very often. So, unless you have something really sick, I would not play around them unless I've seen a counterspell. We are probably playing against someone who's playing Rise from the Tide. They got a Catalog and a Lightning Axe here. All right, interesting. I'm getting beat down by those mage pretty efficiently. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I should have just played around the counterspell. It did not really felt like the best option to me though. Here, I think I should play Flows and Hermit. Hermit can block the Mage. I think the thing I'm really worried about here at that point is is Rise from the Tide. I think I'm gonna beat most deck if the game goes long, just because I have a lot of card advantage, but Rise from the Tide is gonna kill me here if they are playing that card. So this is already 4 zombies. Now it's gonna be 5. They also have a Lightning Axe. So my opponent pretty much has the not red blue deck here. Uh, and I'm actually getting raced by those mage. I mean, they are pretty much destroying me at that point, so yeah. I mean, not too much I can do about that. If they use lightning axe too, or dual shot, that's brutal. Okay. So I go down to 5, and then they have lightning axe in hand. Ugh. As I drew a known land again. I kind of want to pretty much have to keep that around because I know they have lightning axe, so they just need one instant and I die. They have catalog, yeah. If I leave just one blocker back, I die. So I will play explorers and pass the turn. I think I'm losing that really badly, but you know, it's a good beat. I mean, my opponent just end up having a very good draw and a very good deck, and here I am pretty much dead, so I can concede. I mean, unless they don't play lightning axe, but I would assume that they will. Alright. They got me. Pretty good sanguinary mage deck. I could have played around the concentration. I don't think it would have changed anything, though. I don't think that... You know, my opponent had thousands of revolves, so in the end, even if I resolved the Sage, it would have died in another fashion, so... Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But definitely a pretty nice deck from my opponent. Yeah. Not much else to say. I mean, they have thousands of removal, a bit of card advantage, some nice synergies. It's gonna be hard for me to win. Especially since, again, as I mentioned, Rise from the Tide is really an issue. That being said, if I can afford to not mulligan and have a decent curve, I might be able to apply enough pressure. Given what I've seen, I don't think there's anything I want to side in. They might have some flyer, but I haven't seen any flyer. There's not much I can do about instant and sorceries, I don't think so. In general, cards like Investigation and Mysteries are pretty great against deck that has a bunch of removal, because yeah, those cards are good against removal, but again, I'm still a bit worried about potential Rise from the Tide. But definitely a very sweet deck from my opponent, and I don't think there's anything I want to change up for this matchup, at least not yet. So hopefully I can just curve out and apply pressure, because I think I'm supposed to be the aggressor in this matchup, given given what they are playing. Slightly clunky hand, but I'm gonna keep. I do have a turn 2 Eliminator. If I draw a forest, that hand is just amazing. And I hope after the mono green start I will not make a mono blue start. That'd be annoying. So they mull to 6 and put a card on top. Cannot really complain about my draws too much though, because my opponent has been mulling too, so we are pretty even on that side. I think I'm gonna play Cathar first now that I drew my forest, just because it will deal more damage, and I don't actually need to run out, you know, play the Illuminator right now. Alright, let's beat down. So we have a very good start here, which is pretty nice. Perfect mana, some pressure, some tricks, and card advantage in the back, so cannot really ask for much more than that. Alright, don't mind drawing lands. I guess I'm gonna play Illuminator first, because if for some reason my opponents use... Like, if they have... let's say they try to use... This would be a poor play, but let's say they try to use mid-combat Geist Blast on one of my creature. I'd rather have 2 clues, so I might as well do that this way, I think. It will most likely not change anything, because it just seems like the opponent doesn't have anything, but... Ooh, I can appreciate that. So this is this is a 3 for 1, right? Yeah. Or I guess a 2 for 0. But it's just great for me. As they play Droneyard Explorers. I think I will have to Lightning Axe these, just so I can continue to apply pressure. Don't really want to discard any of my cards in hand though. That's the issue. I'm gonna try to draw something that I don't need. Alright, Come from the Unknown is sweet. Alright, that's actually very good. So now I don't even have to Lightning Axe the Explorers. which is nice. But the plan was mostly to try to draw land that I can discard to the axe, but here it's gonna do pretty much the same thing. Note that since I already had a clue, they could not block the Qatar to play around another Confront the Unknown. Sweet. With the Mole and all those clues, I'm not really worried about them racing me at any point, but again, there is still the chance that Rise from the Tide gets me somehow. Reduce to Ashes the Illuminator. Fine, I think the Illuminator already did a good job here, so I'm not too unhappy about that. I think I'm gonna play the Sage here. I could play Mole and sack a clue, but I think this is much more threatening since next turn it could go up to a 6/6 because I have this clue, so it's quite a lot of damage. Pyrehound, which they need something here, otherwise they are dead. I think I'm just gonna draw off my clue and probably intend to Lightning Axe the Hound. I could also sleep paralysis that thing. Might as well do that, right? And I'd rather have them know about sleep paralysis than Lightning Axe. And a removal is not gonna save them here. They might I mean, they are dead on the board, but they probably have some sort of stuff going on. But here, yeah, they probably have a bounce spell, or maybe I could see that happening. But yeah, a removal is gonna do the job. Alright, sweet. So yeah, I was able to apply some early pressure, and that you know, won me the game because my open deck is pretty reactive. So if I'm gonna play and I can just play a creature each turn, I should be doing fine most of the time. Especially since, you know, because of the clue and well, last game the Illuminator mostly, I can just continue to play creature and draw cards, so they will not put me in a spot where I don't have anything left. Again, still worried about the Rise from the Tides, but yeah. That aside, I think we hopefully we can do a decent job here. Being on the draw is gonna be worth, though. It's definitely gonna change up the matchup. Given what I've seen, I still don't think there's anything I want to change. I should to Confront the Unknown, so they are gonna play around that a lot, I think, but I think it's a good card. They have quite a bunch of burn spell, and Confront is really good at dodging burn spell, and you know, having just one green available all the time is not that hard, so yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Just feels like I should have a great matchup against most classic aggressive deck, but this might be one of the worst matchup I could ask for because I'm not really aggressive enough. Do have a very solid keep here, so it's nice. Nibilis of Dusk is not bad. So my opponent did not play a Sanguinary Mage. Alright, interesting. Definitely playing the Sleuth before. Well, I don't have any other play, so I guess I guess it doesn't make sense. As my opponent missed a land drop, pretty unfortunate for them, obviously. So I guess I'm attacking, and I think I'm gonna play the Mole because of Dual Shot. They showed Dual Shot, and even though Nibilis is probably gonna be able to apply more pressure, if they have Dual Shot, I don't want to play into that at all. So yeah, I would try to avoid that. And here I would not be surprised if they just Dual Shot my Sleuth when I don't have any mana available. Yeah. Oh, Lightning Axe. And just the win. Okay, okay. Okay, sure. That will work. Alright, so despite missing land drop, they do have some stuff going on, to say the least. At this point I'm gonna play my Nibilis, just to use my mana more efficiently. As my opponent is still missing land drop. Again, pretty unfortunate, but yeah, not a whole lot I can do about that. I think if they had Dual Shot, they would have used it by now, so this is the reason I run the Sleuth even though I have the Nibilis, so yeah. Alright, Fiery Temper. Yeah, I guess it's it's luck in bad luck, I guess. I'm not sure how you say that in English, but uh, it's a good thing, even though it's just happened because my opponent is missing land drop. So whatever. It's certainly I mean, it's certainly not something you want to do, but it's not as bad as it could have been otherwise, I guess. At this point, it's gonna be pretty hard for my opponent to come back. But yeah, they are really, really unlucky. Jeez, my open deck is so strong, though. Uh, double Fiery Temper, probably double Lightning Axe, the bounce spell. Yeah, if I end up winning that, which given this start I think I might, it's just really gonna be luck, because even though I think my deck is very solid, I'm not sure that it has a very good matchup if they can just hit their land drop and do some real stuff. Piece of the puzzle, getting nothing, yeah. I mean, it's the risk. If you watch my last draft video, I was playing, I think, a 22 instant and sorcery deck, and I missed on piece of the puzzle. So when they have also creature, it's not even surprising me that that much. But yeah, very very unlucky draw for my opponent, nevertheless. I'm just gonna run my Sage here and be done with the squad. And at this point, I think they are pretty dead. Don't think there's any card that can save my opponent. So yeah, pretty unfortunate, obviously, but yeah, sometimes it happens. It has happened quite a lot to me recently, so uh, yeah. It's the game. It's not exactly the game you want to play. It's not even that fun for me, but there's just not a whole lot you can do. Like, you can play chess if you just really hate randomness and this kind of stuff. But yeah, all right, it is what it is. At least we got two other decent games that were interesting. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you guys for round 2.